Kenny, I got us some food.
Yeah? What did you get?
I got some frozen buns.
Oh, sweet. Oh my god. How do you heat it?
Yeah, we don't have an oven, do we?
No.
I'll figure something out. Okay, so we have frozen buns. And also I have this thing. But you can't really boil buns. But I think I can make something similar to a Dutch oven. This is working now. I had to get a few smaller sticks to get some oomph. And now that I have oomph, I think this is gonna be done in like 10 minutes. It's starting to get hot in there as well. I think this is gonna work wonders, dude. Hey! This is how you make buns the old-fashioned way, dude. I'm not an antique dealer for nothing.
Nice.
Could you hear that? It's crunchy. On a scale from 1 to awesome, how good is it?
Awesome. Nice.
I'm just chilling in bed right now because I'm sick and I'm home from work and stuff like that. So I really needed some content for YouTube. That's why I asked all my friends on YouTube to send me some questions about Norway. And that's what I'm gonna do. Questions about Norway. I'm gonna start it like this. Damn fly. This fly has been bugging me all day. Megan from the YouTube channel Misantrophy asks, does everyone there like ski all day? No, not all Norwegians ski at all, me being one of them. I'm not all that happy about the cold, but most Norwegians, like under 70, ski at least once or twice during the winter time. I would guess that like 99% of Norwegians have been skiing at one point. And really I don't blame them, because Norway has some of the most beautiful mountains and scenery in the world. I found a clip from a mountain about 30 minutes from my house, and it's made by some sick Norwegian skiers. So next question. Matboksen from Matboksen Norsk Gaming asks, do you eat Grandiosa on Christmas Eve? Lol. And no, I do not. This YouTuber knows how to cook. So I actually make pinnekjøtt every year. And pinnekjøtt is basically lamb ribs steamed until the meat just slides off the bones and it just melts in your mouth. Grandiosa, that's a brand of Norwegian frozen pizza. And why would anyone eat frozen pizza on Christmas Eve, you might ask? According to numbers from 2013, about 200,000 people out of 5.2 million people do. And that's about 4% of the Norwegian population. That's a lot of people, actually. And some people really love these pizzas, and most Norwegians eat the pizzas like once in a while. And others again eat them on a weekly basis. We actually eat them so much that if we put all the Grandiosa frozen pizzas in a line, in like a straight line, it would reach from Key West in Florida to Fairbanks, Alaska. And that's 6,420 kilometers, or 3,989 miles. And that's a long distance, dude. Maddie from Matboksen Norsk asks, What's the best and worst thing about Norway? Well, that's a tough one to answer because I believe that everything has two sides. I could do this really easy and just say that we're all pretty well off and most people have jobs. We don't have as many people without a home because of our welfare system. But again, because of that, a lot of people are just doing these boring ass jobs all of their life, not really reaching their potential, because whatever they have is safe, it's secure, it's stable. And I think the reason we have many of the things that we have today is because people have been forced to make something out of nothing. I'm gonna say the best thing about Norway is that we have support systems for people who want to create their own company. We also have support systems for musicians, artists, painters, and so on. The worst thing is that we're so cautious. Kids aren't allowed to climb trees at school anymore because they can fall down. In public transportation, a Norwegian will just look down at the floor, pretending that he can't see you or that there's no one else on the bus. We won't talk to strangers on the bus. Norwegians have so much to offer if we would just get our eyes off from the ground and start talking to people and really just being a bit more adventurous. So that's the worst thing about Norway. And then Brainbean from Brainbean Gaming asks, my great-grandparents came to the US, North Dakota from Norway. My favorite thing my great-grandmother used to make for us was lefse. Do you think it's as delicious as I do? Well, there's actually quite a few different types of lefse in Norway. You have the one that is used for hot... Damn fly! Where were I? Yeah, lefse. Well, there's many types of lefse in Norway. You have one that is used for hot dogs. You have one that's a little bit thicker, but it's... Oh no, I didn't get that bastard. Please just ignore the fly that's buzzing around my head. I can't ignore that. There's actually more than one type of lefse in Norway. You have the one that's used for hot dogs, or the one that's really thin and dry and has no taste. And then you have the thicker one that you use butter and brown cheese on. And last but not least, we have the one I'm guessing you're referring to, which is a thick, soft, delicious lefse with butter and sugar. Some people also use some cinnamon in these, and yes, they are delicious. Nikki from Delightfully Dumb asks, every New Year's Day my family eats lutefisk, except me, because it's disgusting. My grandma says it's a traditional Norwegian meal. Is that true, or is she lying to the lot of us to trick us into eating it? Actually, it is a traditional Norwegian meal. We used to eat this a lot over the Christmas time, especially on Christmas Eve. But today, only 2% of Norwegians actually eat lutefisk on Christmas Eve. However, you don't eat lutefisk without drinking aquavit. That's like the kind of spirit that you have to drink to get it down. So basically, eating lutefisk is just a really good reason to get really drunk. Aquavit is really just a shot that you drink for every piece of fish you eat to make it go down. So tell your grandma that next time you're gonna eat lutefisk, you need aquavit. Plushies Commander on YouTube asks, do Vikings still exist in Norway? No. Or yeah. The same way Civil War soldiers still exist in America. Positively Brainwashed asks, what's a good reason to move to Norway? Free healthcare? Ah well, we pay the world's highest taxes to get that. Northern Lights? No, you only get to see that in extreme cold. Vast amounts of local beer, but it's so expensive that you won't really afford any of them. Beautiful nature? Well, it will kill anyone without the right gear or experience. It's an awesome country to drive around in, but the gas prices will probably bring you to your knees. Really cool people who won't talk to strangers. Next question. What will happen if, asks, is Norway weather always cold? Because the place I live is always summer. Well, yes. I would change location with you in like a heartbeat. XXLRay from T3 Tricks, Tips and Tests ask, do you eat surströmming in Norway, or is that just a Swedish thing? It's definitely a Swedish thing. But you could buy it in Norway though. But that's because like 1/3 of Sweden is actually working in Norway, because our jobs actually pay. And that's basically the questions that I got from my friends. Now I'm just gonna get back in bed, sleep some more, and hopefully I'll get better tomorrow so I can... Damn fly!